Shalom. I bet you didn't know that we had a vegetable garden here at Community Synagogue. It is put together and harvested and tended to by Dale Oberlander, our incredible ECC director. This vegetable garden is here to teach our youngest students about the cycle of life, to teach them how things grow, to teach them where their food comes from. And then the vegetables are harvested, and some of it is actually then taken over to the Carver Center so that people who go there using their food bank might be able to enjoy some fresh organic vegetables. Being in this space reminds me of that idea of the cycle of life. In fact, right now it feels like there is a change in the air. It's gotten a little bit cooler. The wind in the trees is just flowing a little more strongly than it might have during those dog days of summer. Being in this space with these vegetables, it reminds us of how things grow, things produce, and then of course things die. It's a last gasp right now as we're in of the year 5778. This is a time of intense preparation for all of us, not just those of us who work in synagogues as we're really gearing everything up to be ready for you for Rosh Hashanah, but really for each of us individually. It's a time and can be a time for real purposeful, mindful preparation. So I want to suggest to you 5 ways that you might be able to prepare for this Rosh Hashanah, this Jewish New Year. The first, find some time for your own personal and spiritual reflection. It might be going out and purchasing a copy and reading the book, This is Real and You Are Completely Unprepared by Rabbi Alan Liu, Zichrono Livracha. Or it might be an activity that I sometimes do, which is to print out my entire calendar from the past year, from the past 12 months, and to look over it, to think about the interactions that I've had with people, to think about the places I've traveled, to think about where I was able to spend some of my time involved in helping to make the world a better place, even where I might have spent time not doing anything of any great meaning, but I still grew and learned from that. The second, if you have children, your own children or grandchildren around, or if you don't, find somebody else's children, but involve them in holiday preparations. It might be things like polishing silver, setting the table for a holiday meal, even cooking special foods. The third idea is to visit a cemetery. Last Sunday, we had our annual Kever Avot cemetery at our synagogue plot. But this is a time to go to any cemetery. If you have relatives in the tri-state area who have died, go visit their graves. Take your children, tell them the stories of those people and who they were and what they meant to this world. And even if you don't have relatives buried in this particular area, go find any cemetery, go walk around it. Cemeteries are beautiful places, and walking in them allows us the opportunity to really contemplate life and to see our own lives in that grand cycle of life and of death and of renewal. Fourth, plan a high holiday menu. Sit down, pull out old family recipes, and if you don't have any, ask your parents or your grandparents for high holiday recipes. Sit down and go over them and try new ones, but teach those as well to your children and tell them the stories of those recipes. And finally, listen to the sounds of the high holidays, or even the sounds of the shofar, or listen to the sounds that are going on in our wonderful construction site. Those might even bark up your spirit somehow. Listening to these sounds are easy to find online, on YouTube. Bone up on high holiday melodies like Avinu Malkeinu or Unatana Tokef. Whatever you do, use this precious time between now and welcoming the new year as a way to prepare. You would never go into a test, an exam, without studying for it. You would never go run a race without exercising for it in advance. You would never go into a meeting or to make a presentation without doing serious preparation. The same is true for the high holidays. So use this time to prepare yourself spiritually, emotionally, physically, and let us then all welcome this new year of 5779 with joy. Wishing you in advance a L'Shana Tova, a sweet, happy, healthy, and prosperous new year.